If you've been scrolling through endless listings, watching video after video of people touting the best DTF printer, and still feel stuck wondering whether any of them actually live up to the hype, you're not alone. I've been there, juggling the promise of a Rolf machine against the fear of buying something that ends up gathering dust because it can't handle the fabrics I work with. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. In this video, I'll walk through the real-world experience of the PUNEHOD DTF printer A4L800, break down who really benefits from it, and point out the hidden trade-offs that most marketing copy glosses over. First off, the biggest thing that trips people up with DTF, direct-to-film, setups is the workflow. Traditional desktop DTF printers force you to print one sheet at a time, which means you spend a lot of time loading, unloading, and aligning each piece. The L800's roll feeder promises to change that by letting you feed a continuous roll of transfer film. In practice, that shift feels like going from a single-serve coffee maker to a full-size espresso machine. You still have to learn the timing, but the throughput jump is undeniable. For anyone who needs to churn out dozens of designs a day, think small batch apparel shops, custom merch creators, or hobbyists who sell on Etsy. The roll system cuts the paper jam-like pauses down to a few seconds. What's inside the box is another practical consideration. You get the printer itself, a set of DTF inks, including that crucial white ink, the adhesive powder, a roll of transfer film, and a starter guide that walks you through the first print. Having the whole ecosystem bundled saves you the headache of hunting down compatible inks and powders from third-party suppliers. The white ink flow technology that PUNEHOD advertises actually shows up in the first few prints. The white layer comes out evenly, without the streaks you sometimes see on cheaper machines where the white ink clogs or drips. If you're planning to print on dark fabrics, a common scenario for streetwear or sports jerseys, that even white layer is the difference between a vibrant logo and a ghostly imprint. Now let's talk about the types of fabrics where the L800 shines and where it might fall short. I ran a quick test batch, 100% cotton tees, polyester blends, and a heavyweight fleece hoodie. On the cotton tees, colors popped and the white underbase adhered solidly after the heat press. The polyester blends behaved similarly, the ink didn't bleed, and the finish stayed soft to the touch. The fleece hoodie, however, revealed a limitation. Because the film thickness is designed for lighter substrates, the heat press needed a slightly longer dwell time to get the adhesive powder to fuse properly. If you're regularly printing on thick, textured fabrics, you'll need to budget extra time per piece or consider a more industrial-grade printer with higher temperature capabilities. One practical strength that often gets lost in the spec sheet is the after-sales support. PUNEHOD advertises a professional technical support team, and in my experience, reaching out for a nozzle clog question resulted in a video walkthrough within a day. For a niche technology like DTF, where troubleshooting can be very specific, ink viscosity, film tension, powder distribution, that level of service is worth the extra few dollars you pay compared to a brand that offers only generic email replies. On the flip side, there are some trade-offs you need to be aware of before pulling the trigger. The printer's footprint is larger than a typical A4 inkjet, mainly because of the roll mechanism and the extra reservoirs for white ink and powder. If you're working out of a cramped studio or a home office, you'll need a dedicated bench space of at least a meter wide. Also, while the roll feeder removes the need to load single sheets, it introduces a new point of failure. The tension rollers can lose grip over time, leading to film slippage and misalignment. The good news is that the rollers are replaceable, but you'll need to keep a spare set on hand, which adds a minor ongoing cost. Another hidden cost is the consumables. DTF ink, especially the white, is pricier per milliliter than standard CMYK inks. The powder also needs to be replenished after every few dozen prints. If your volume is low, say, you only make a handful of custom shirts each month, the per-shirt cost can climb quickly. For a hobbyist who enjoys occasional projects, the initial excitement might wear off once they calculate the running expense. That's why I recommend the L800 primarily for creators who have a clear plan to sell or produce at least a few dozen pieces a month. The economies of scale start to make sense. Let's address the big question. Who should buy this printer and who should walk away? If you're a small business owner who already sells custom apparel and you're looking to bring the production in-house to avoid the long lead times of external print shops, the L800 is a solid match. Its Rolf design matches the cadence of batch printing, and the bundled consumables give you a reliable starting point.